right, it's a lovely day today, and it's that time for the Smart Money Show. And joining us in the studio, we have Chill.
Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to today's Smart Money Show. We'd like to welcome all our listeners, of course, on Radio Christian Voice. If you are in Lusaka, it's 106.1, and then we'll tell you wherever else you are, where it is. And we'd like to welcome our viewers on Diamond TV. Hope you've been enjoying the Smart Money Show, and of course, changing your habits to be a little bit more smart money. Guys, today I'm very, very excited, okay? Well, I'm very busy today. Today's busy, but today's our end of year. So in my department, it's like the wedding, you know, for my team, right? Because we're like the
you haven't invited us to the wedding.
Yeah, it's called. Let me just say it again.
Especially if there's
called. There's lots of food.
Oh.
And this year our theme is summertime.
Yeah.
So I can say this because it would have passed. Our theme for the TV viewers, right?
Yeah.
So no one will be. If I see you next year, then I know you've copied my theme. Our theme is summertime, and we're having a barbecue.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow,
so
that's good. I'll come to say hi. What's
you
the
don't know
time?
where it will be. You don't know what's going on. So it's nyama,
Yeah.
nyama and flip flops. Ah, that's what we should have called it. Oh my gosh, nyama and flip flops. I just thought about it.
For the theme.
Man, chill.
But you have one then for next year.
Nah, I gotta think of something else. I always reinventing myself. Here I am. I was calling it, the summer fun fling. Oh, I should have just called it Nyama and flip flops. Yeah, okay. Anyway, it is
It's
what
all
it
good.
is.
It
It is what
works.
it is.
Yeah.
And guys, I'm starting to feel like Christmas is getting close.
Oh, it
Right.
is. I mean,
Yes, it is.
after next week, that other week, so we're good.
Santa Claus better hurry up and buy some gifts for my household.
Oh. You already kind of sent the list?
Yeah, we get that list every day. Well, moobs. So this is what I wrote to Santa Claus, Nisha, like,
Right.
maybe Grandma can help Santa Claus out a little bit. You know what I mean? Yeah, we're good. Do you guys have
Probably
any
doesn't
Christmas?
have a budget for that.
That's the problem
Yeah.
this year. Do you guys have any special Christmas plans?
Chole, start as I figure it out.
Perhaps
He's
you'll
going
tell
to
me
make
next
plans
week.
right now.
Yeah, exactly. And
Plans
Well,
right now.
Christmas for me is always pretty much the same. Lots of family barbecues and food and
yeah, man, flip flops.
no, not but we can use that now because you're not
You
going
see?
to use it.
You see? You see?
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah,
You
because
said
you
you're
come-
not going to use it.
Yeah, you come up with something better.
Yeah,
next
man,
year, so it's all
flip-flops.
good.
Yeah, man, flip flops.
I think I'll probably visit my parents. Just go say hello.
Are they far away? Just
No,
say
they're not-
hello.
They're not far. Yes, just say hello.
So what kind of a
probably
son
find
is
food.
this? Aye. Don't you take them a present?
We'll find food there, too.
But don't you take them a nice Christmas present?
No, I'll just be telling them Happy Christmas, Happy Christmas, Happy Christmas until the day that
No,
should
Nisha,
be
they're
enough.
like even talking to that this to my son we had. And then that when they see their friends and they're like, oh, my son, look what he brought us. That Chima son of yours. You know how that changes with parents. First it was our Chima son, and then that
Your
Chima
son.
son of yours. Yeah. All right, everybody. So as we get into today's show, one of the things I wanted to talk about is we talked about lots of times about our retirement.
Yes.
Right. Being retirement ready, being ready for retirement, being just making sure we started preparing for retirement early. So now I'm going to check us. We've been talking about retirement for a few years. So let's see where we are on the retirement scale, okay?
Yeah.
Right.
So basically today we are really talking about checking our retirement plan to see where it should be. Because guys, retirement comes a lot sooner than you think. I mean, I think about it, and I'm just about to give my age away. In about 20 years, I'll be retiring, okay? And so
Wow. And 20 years is not a lot of time.
Well, it's more years it's less
in
years
terms
than
of-
I've lived.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, it is.
So
it
if you
is.
think about it like that, right? You, it's 5. Kidding.
Chole has stopped, when she's looking at her age, she stopped looking back. She's looking at how much she's left with to live. You're like, when you reach that
But aren't
point,
you
then
the one who told
know.
us that you're dying at
Darius is the one
80,
who does
80
that,
what?
though.
Darius said he's dying at 80 what? You gave us...
in
Around
the
80,
60s.
around 85, then we'll kind
Because
of
he says he'll start talking to God,
negotiating.
negotiating
Yeah,
the time
like,
to go.
you know.
And you know what? And I hope God plays the biggest trick on you and you live to like 120. Oh my goodness.
No.
Nishi Aswa, even laughing from the grave. Shimoneni.
You know what, Chill? I mean, I want to be able to. I mean, if I have my mental faculties, not where you're driving in a different lane. You know that things you've gotten
But
too old.
there. Okay. All right, guys. So let's check
Retirement.
ourselves on retirement. And again, we are live on the Cavmont Bank Facebook page right now. And this will also be shown on YouTube and Diamond TV for all those tuning in right now. So we'd like to say hi to some of the Facebook Live viewers right now. Ingrid, we see you, and we will acknowledge everybody.
Simate,
Martha, hi. Martha's from the office. Hello, she's never. I'm so shocked. Nice to see you, Martha's probably chasing me for something. She's like, now I know where she is. All right, guys. So if we check ourselves with our retirement, where are we? Ingva, Martha, if you've got anything to say, please feel free to join in the conversation because I think this is something we can all say. The first thing I want you to think about, if you've been saving for a few years, whether it's 3, whether it's 10, even 15, okay? The investment warm-up is over. You know, warm-up when you're jogging, you're warming you're warming up, right?
You have. It's time to play.
Yeah, now it's really time to play. No more warming up, no more a little bit of this. So a lot of people are encouraged to get onto the treadmill of saving and investing early. So we all know this, right? But because you may not have had a lot of cash at your disposal when you were younger and you started saving for retirement, you probably started the treadmill at a very low speed, right? Just easy walking, 50 kwachas, that kind of thing, right?
Right.
So you might have started, let's say if you started with bi-weekly contributions of 50 kwacha every 2 weeks or 100 kwacha a month. And if you stuck to it, for example, you would now have a portfolio of maybe around 15 to 20,000 kwacha, okay?
Yeah.
If you were doing 50 kwachas, 100 kwachas, that sort of thing. You've slowly been making progress. Also remember at this point, you've also been making progress in other financial areas of your life. So you've probably been working on, getting a house, for example. Maybe some kids, marriage and kids came along. So you're also dealing with them. You probably, hopefully have a bit of an emergency fund at this point. There's just other things that, in life that you're, becoming a little bit more financially secure, right?
Yeah.
Right.
All right. So, you've been making progress in other financial areas of your life, but now you're starting to wonder if your financial trajectory is pointed high enough for you to retire the way you would like. Ladies and gentlemen, it's all about retiring how you would like,
Right.
okay? It's not just about retiring. So if, Cholwe, you are used to, example, a 20,000 kwacha a month lifestyle, you better have enough money to maintain that 20,000
kind of
kwacha.
lifestyle
Yes,
after retirement?
yes, because often when we see people go in, and this is real, guys, you see people going to depression or being able to start struggling, at
It's those
70,
changes,
it's
right?
those changes. At 70, at 80, and you're thinking, Shkulu, how is this going on? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because Shkulu was used to, for example, a 20,000 kwacha a month lifestyle. Now all of a sudden, he's at a 10,000 kwacha lifestyle. And it's like some of those small things that, it's very easy as human beings to say, I don't need the vacations.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
I don't need a car that's comfortable. Or I don't need to go out to eat. If I used to go out once a week, I can go out once a month. But let me tell you, if that is what you're used to and your life changes drastically, you can be very emotionally scarred and really stressed out about it.
Yeah.
And it's better you're stressed out in your 30s trying to get the money than
Right.
stressed out when you're 80
When
or
you're
Dario
old.
when you're 85 about to go out. Go out with a bang, But it's real, guys. It's real.
Yeah.
And the reality is that life in Zambia has changed. Your children as a retirement cushion is no more.
Oh yeah. It's changing. Huh?
Yeah.
Yes. So
Children
if you
are not an
think
investment plan.
no, and life is expensive, guys.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that there aren't children out there who will take care of you. Mom, you're always with us. You'll always be with us. Welcome. Yeah, but what I'm saying is it's not that there are children out there who won't take care of you. It's just that it's also hard. it's hard. So
Yeah.
if things are hard now, we don't know what they'll be like in 10 years or 15 years or 20 years. So if you can prepare yourself now
Yeah.
and know that, okay, what I've saved up is going to still maintain my lifestyle, better we do that.
Okay.
All right.
Great stuff.
All right. So at this point, I think now that your income is a little bit higher than when you're putting in your 50 kwaches or 100 kwaches every month, I say, let's sort of speed up the treadmill and see what else we can do. The other things we can do is I want you to keep an eye out on lifestyle inflation.
Okay.
Okay? You're like, Lifestyle inflation is, okay, let me give you an example. There may have been days when you were just starting on your own and you could just almost eat anything you sort of wanted to do, wanted to eat at home. If you wanted to eat a big sort of Mateve Toshima dinner, you could do that, okay? If you felt like having a mac and cheese, you could do that, okay? And you just you just chose whatever it is you started. So now, when you started, this is sort of when you start out on your own, because it's just about me. So if I've got 1,000 kwacha, I will spend it exactly the way I want on me, okay?
Oh, yeah. Right.
If I want to eat fried chicken from that red place every day, I will do it, all right? Because that's what I want, all right? Now, here's the thing. When life begins to change, you obviously also adapt, okay?
Yeah.
So in addition to wanting to eat, that fried chicken from that red place, you might also say, I want to eat a little bit fancier.
Okay.
Because I've just grown up, okay?
Yeah.
I've just grown up. So the mac and cheese ain't that exciting anymore. But that before that's what I wanted. But now it's like, yes, it's what I want, but it's also in the new status that I sort of am. As you grow, as you begin to change your lifestyle, even the people around you begin to change, okay?
That's true.
So now you've got to say, and this is what I mean by lifestyle inflation, okay?
Oh, okay.
Because when
Makes
you were
sense.
coming out of university, your lifestyle inflation was here. That's what I'm saying. Although, but what you consider to be an expensive dinner, maybe was not so much.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
for the
At that
you
time.
at that time. At that time it was a good price, but for the you in 10 years, it's not the
not.
same, right? Exactly.
Right.
The kind of place you lived in when you came right out of university, you could have lived in a one room anywhere, and you're happy because all you needed was power. Maybe I'm telling you, and water
noodles.
and noodles. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, and you were like, I've made it, jam time.
Yeah.
Fast forward to the you in 10 years, you're even thinking, how did I live here? You know that
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, it's not even about maybe that how did I live or where did I live. It's even in your house. Maybe before you were just happy with your bed and
Yeah.
your one stove. Now even if you lived in that same house, you're like, I can't live here with one bed and one stove. I need a proper couch or something like that, right? So this is what we're calling lifestyle inflation. So one of the things is, but the money pressure started. I think for most of us who are smart money, the money pressure should begin to ease as the salary increases.
Okay.
Right.
Should. Okay.
But does it always?
Doesn't always, and that's something you've got to look at yourself. However, now you may be going to fancier restaurants. You may order food through not necessarily your typical fast food place, but from a little more mature places. You may be doing this even a few times a week, depending on how busy or what kind of lifestyle you. Remember, it's all about your personal lifestyle.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's right.
everybody's lifestyle is different. You may be shopping. You may be more conscious of buying organic food. You may be shopping at grocery stores that aren't sort of your budget grocery store. These things begin to matter in your life, and this is what you decide. I mean, this is just
Because
part
you
of
can afford it.
you can afford it, but also you've now probably tasted the finer things in life. And let me tell you, it's hard to go back.
It's hard to go
It's
back,
hard
huh?
to go back.
Uh-huh.
But also maybe the things you're doing in your job are different, and they allow you to do that. Okay.
Yeah.
So now you're thinking, can you make 20% of your income in your long-term savings goal? Remember, before we used to save 10%, right? So now I want you to say, okay, now that my income has increased and I'm sort of living this more, It's not even luxury, guys. It's more like just a mature version, a lifestyle that's a little more mature for me. That is.
Right.
Can I now commit to putting away 20%?
Yeah, but I think one of the things that even over time you've brought out has been the issue of being careful with lifestyle adjustments
Yes.
as your income
Yes,
increases.
yes.
It doesn't mean that all of a sudden it's okay. Let's just party. Let me
Let's
move to
fancy
this new
restaurants
place.
every day.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So you have
No.
to watch out
And
for
it's
that.
got to be gradual. It's
Yeah.
got to be, look, if, for example, you were living in a tiny place, okay, and when you were alone, living in that 1, 2, 3 roomed place, it was fine. Now, let's say you get more income, and then you now have a spouse, okay, that place is crammed now,
Yeah.
okay. So you're like, okay, let's move to maybe a 2-bedroom apartment or something, or even it could even be still a 1-bedroom apartment, but it's a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Then a baby comes along, and you're like, you know what, we can't live here anymore. Maybe we need a safer neighborhood. We need a bigger place. So all of those, they're gradual, but they're still lifestyle inflation, okay,
Right.
that you need to look at. And some are also just because you want.
Do you need us to take a quick break?
Let me
or-
just finish on this 20%.
Okay.
So one of the things, if you tell yourself, okay, I'm going to increase to, let's say, 20% of my income, and this is my new long-term savings goal, then I think you're going to be real surprised of how easy it is to see your savings grow, your retirement sort of bank grow, and also see how much fat you can trim on your spending.
Oh, that's a good one.
Trim the fat.
We take a quick break and we'll be right back. Remember, you can tune in Lusaka 106.1 FM if you're in Dolan, Livingston 98.9, Solwezi 105.6.
That's on Radio
FM.
Christian Voice.
Yeah, on Radio Christian Voice. So we'll be right back.
Thank you so much for tuning in. We are so delighted to be with you today. We're talking retirement and preparation for retirement.
Yeah, looking
Yeah.
back at the things that you've sort of put in place. So the first thing we said is now that your income is a little bit larger, try to put away 20% of your income instead of the original 10% that we started with. The second we want to talk about is there's a role reversal with your parents. One of the reasons you might need to increase your savings is that as your parents age, they may come to a time when you'll have to start helping them financially.
Right,
Okay?
right.
So it's not the other way where maybe when you started working, they started helping you financially. People are living longer. We even in Zambia, we're starting to see that.
It's a good thing, eh?
No, it's a
Living
good thing.
longer.
It's a good thing. It's just
Yeah.
more expensive. People are living longer, and that can often lead to more financial strain on them, and possibly you as the person looking after your parents. So things, nowadays, guys, things like assisted living, nursing care, and other unique expenses are real, and they can add up in a hurry. You remember a few weeks ago, I lost my grandmother.
Oh, yeah.
But she used to have a nurse that was living at home. So her children were obviously paying for that nurse that was taking care of her, right?
Right.
The other thing, the number 3 thing, so you've got increase your income to 20%. Watch out for lifestyle inflation. I didn't mention that. Number 3, your parents are, at some point, you will need to start helping them financially. Then number 4 is there are bigger stakes if you lose your job. At this stage in life, okay?
Yeah.
You'll also want a bigger buffer in case you get laid off from your job later in life. It can be harder to jump right into a new job when you've been used to earning a certain higher income.
Right.
Because at that point, for example, if I had to lose my job today, I'm probably now competing with people who are like 30, 29. And then maybe if I go to another organization and say, oh, I want this salary that I was taking at, taking home from Cavmont Bank, they'll just say, who do you think you are? Those are realities, right?
Yeah.
So, you've been used to earning a certain higher income, so you've got to have a bigger buffer because the industry where your expertise was valued has maybe had a major shift. You never know these days, right? So you might sleep better at night knowing that you can tap into your long-term savings or your emergency fund. You know, because it might be over a year before you can sort of retain, upgrade, or find a job with an income you've become accustomed to, or if you decide to go into business, get your business rolling to a level that we're happy to. So we've got just 2 more before we leave. The second half, opportunities. Here's one of the things also. If the end of your mortgage is in sight, remember Cavmont gives you great home loans, and we've even got a campaign running now called A Home Loan That Fits. Go and check it out and find out how you can get yourself a home loan. If the end of your mortgage is in sight, you can direct the bulk of the money that was going into your mortgage payments to your retirement savings and probably still have a better financial buffer. So which means don't stop paying. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you've stopped paying to Cavmont Bank because your mortgage is finished,
Yeah,
right?
but you continue
continue paying that amount into a buffer because you've gotten used to living that lifestyle, paying whatever it is that your mortgage is.
Okay.
It's also a good idea to revisit your capacity and tolerance for risk, meaning can you pay even more than that? And revisit that. If I was to lose this job, this house, this car, what components do I have to buff this risk that is a real possibility, right?
Right. Yeah.
And then I've just got 1 minute or so. So this is also about mindset, okay? The last thing is I want you to revisit your plan regularly, annually if you can. We're going into 2019, visit it in January, visit it after 6 months, visit it, you know, in 2020 again. Oh my God, 2020 is coming. Yeah. We're not even in the ones anymore. Oh God, it's coming in a year. It's good. Yeah. So, guys, the best way to figure out the challenges and opportunities and whether you're on track for your future and your retirement especially is to have a financial plan that you monitor and adjust as your life happens and changes. Your income increases, your savings increase. You finish paying your mortgage, your savings increase. Just like that.
All right.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Thank you so much for joining us. You always appreciate and appreciate obviously the information and the knowledge that Cavmont Bank gives us.
Thank you everybody for tuning in today to another great episode of the Cavmont Bank Smart Money Show. Remember, if you've got questions or there's topics you want us to cover and discuss, you can check us out on Facebook, Cavmont Bank, Twitter at Cavmont Bank, YouTube, Cavmont Bank, and you can inbox us anything you would like us to discuss on the show. So we are definitely on this channel every Tuesday at 19:30. That's on Diamond TV every Tuesday at 19:30. But we are also on Radio Christian Voice Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Dario gave us the dials and from 7:30 to 8. So thanks very much. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
All right. God bless.